It's strange that the Democrats, the party who claims to fight for racial equality, completely ignores Joe Biden's history of racial divisiveness. Remember, Joe Biden bragged about working with segregationists in the US Senate. Joe Biden gave the eulogy at the funeral of a KKK member. Joe Biden called Barack Obama a bright, clean, articulate African American, as if that surprised him. And Biden's racially divisive behavior is not just distant history. Joe Biden is responsible for perpetuating some of the grossest racially divisive lies in our modern history, which directly led to racial divide in our nation, including civil unrest, such as riots, arson, violence, and the destruction of minority neighborhoods and businesses. Let's walk through it. Joe Biden, to this day, claims that Officer Darren Wilson murdered Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. You recall the Ferguson riots, when Black Lives Matter agitators did not wait for evidence, did not wait for proof of what had happened, but instead trashed the city. The question is, does Joe Biden know something the FBI doesn't know? Because the FBI under James Comey, you can read about it in Comey's book, knew that Michael Brown was charging Officer Wilson and reaching for his firearm when Officer Wilson shot him. Which means Joe Biden is lying, stoking racial divide on purpose, because it wasn't a racially motivated shooting. Then don't forget how Joe Biden launched his presidential campaign. Joe Biden launched his campaign repeating a debunked lie about President Trump's comments about Charlottesville. The liberal narrative at the time claimed that President Trump had called white supremacists and neo-Nazis very fine people. But the video of Trump's actual words shows President Trump unequivocally condemning white supremacists and neo-Nazis by name, while saying there were fine people on both sides of the debate on Confederate statues. But Joe Biden ignored the truth. He peddled the racially divisive lie anyway. Fast forward to the summer of 2020, and Joe Biden ignored the violence from Black Lives Matter as they torched cities across our nation, perpetuating the stupid narrative that Black Lives Matter protesters were exempt from COVID-19 restrictions because racism is also a public health crisis. Meanwhile, Biden continues to peddle lies about police-involved shootings of unarmed Black men and women like Jacob Blake and Breonna Taylor, insinuating that police are fundamentally racist, which both studies and data show is a lie. Speaking of which, Joe Biden also chose as his vice president Kamala Harris, a woman who said she was proud of Jacob Blake after Blake resisted arrest, brawled with cops, tried to assault police with a knife in his car, and Kamala Harris took Jacob Blake's side over the cop who shot him because of race. And Joe Biden did not disavow that racism attached to his campaign. So make no mistake, when Joe Biden promises to heal the racial divide in our nation, he is lying. The truth is, Biden perpetuates it.